Well, certainly the Albanese government is failing the test of leadership when it comes to educating students on university campuses. Every single person on a university campus deserves to be safe. There is no moral courage from this Education Minister Jason Clare when he refuses to combat anti-Semitism at every turn. For university vice-chancellors who are not enforcing their rules, their codes of conduct, who are not acting when there is trespassing, when there is violent protests, when there is intimidation and harassment, shocking anti-Semitism on university campuses, the police must be called in. The situation now at the University of Melbourne is intolerable. It is not safe to be on that campus, and it is certainly not safe to be at the University of Sydney either. So I call on the Prime Minister, who said he would take a zero-tolerance approach to anti-Semitism, to step up and show the leadership that young Australians deserve. And as for this hapless Education Minister Jason Clare, anti-Semitism does not mean different things to different people. So I say bring in the police and please restore law and order and safety to our university campuses.
Well, thanks, Peter, and thanks, Sarah. I think the battle lines have been drawn given the response from the government to the Leader of the Opposition's budget in reply. And the battle lines are that Labor believes in higher migration and fewer homes. We believe in sustainable migration and more homes. Labor has not recognised that they have been the architects of a housing crisis, the likes of which none of us have seen before. We've got first home buyers down. We've got new home builds down. We've got approvals, sadly, down, which means that over the next 12 to 18 months, even fewer homes are going to be built. We've got rents up by over 20% since this government came to power 2 years ago. So everybody, whether you're a renter, whether you're trying to get into a new home, or indeed whether you have a mortgage and you're now at least $24,000 a year worse off with higher interest repayments, everybody's struggling under this Labor government. Yet in the budget last week, not only did we see no new money, no new thinking, no new ideas to tackle the housing crisis, we've seen since then the government criticise our approach to migration, which will ease the pressure on the housing market. As Peter Dutton just said, we will ensure that an additional 100,000 homes over 5 years are made available by reducing our migration, by ensuring it's at a sustainable level. That's 100,000 homes for Australians. We've also curiously seen the government criticise our approach to tightening foreign investment in the housing market. Again, the battle lines are drawn. Labor will go to the election arguing for higher migration, fewer homes and more opportunities for foreign purchasers to buy Australian real estate. We'll be arguing the opposite. Those homes should be made available for Australians. I'm a product of migration. I love migration. My family has benefited from migration, but it must be sustainable, it must be in the best interests of Australians, and it must be planned. At the moment, the government has brought in about 1 million people, building about 250,000 homes. That's 4 migrants for every home built. You don't need to be a genius to know that those maths don't work, and that's why we're seeing the housing crisis we're in. And Peter Dutton's showing the leadership, making the hard decisions to ensure that we ease the crisis that we're currently facing in housing, and it's remarkable that the Labor government is opposing us every step of the way thus far.